Welcome to the PSNORKIS podcast, a show with real topics discussed by real people with real opinions and tempered with a real sense of humour. Now here are your two PSNORKISers. Or is it PSNORKI? Screw it. Here are your hosts, Dr. Mike and the Madman.
Here we go again. It is midweek, this week a Thursday. And time for another episode of the PSNORKIS podcast. I am, of course, the Madman. Sitting next to me is Dr. Mike.
What's up, big guy? How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good, man.
So last week we did it on Wednesday, right? No. Yes, Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And that was the day it started raining, and we got the remnants of Hurricane Ida.
I got my floaties out.
Yeah, well, I needed them because later on that night, we got water down here in the studio.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. Now, fortunately, it was just in the carpets.
Yeah.
We got the shop back, and we just kept going over the carpet because it's wall-to-wall carpet down here. And
you could have borrowed my floaties.
we did it.
I would have let you have
We
them.
just kept doing it until we got no more water out of the carpet. Then use a bunch of fans, but it took a day and a half.
Forever.
And we got out somewhere. I think doing the calculations on how far I would fill the shop back before I could empty it easily, and how many times. And we kept track of how many times. 35 gallons.
That's crazy.
35 gallons,
That's
dude.
nuts. How many empties is that? A lot?
Empties.
Yeah. Every time you empty the shop back.
Oh well, it's a 9-gallon shop vac,
Wow,
but
there
there's
you go.
there's an easy line to see where it's 3 gallons,
Yeah.
and it was 3 and maybe just slightly over each time. When I would check, I'm like, okay, that's it, because otherwise it gets a little too heavy to lift up into the slop sink in the other room. So, yeah.
It's a good nickname. Slop sink. It's a good nickname.
You've never heard them called a slop sink?
No, I have.
Okay,
I'd
yeah.
say that's a good nickname.
Yeah.
Maybe in high school.
Well, for some of the girls I used to know, yeah.
It's your girls.
I didn't say dated.
All right.
I
just
knew
so you
them,
know.
but I knew better.
All right. It's a good nickname. I wouldn't get that tattoo. I'm just saying. Slop sink.
Slop sink.
Yeah, that's an instant icebreaker, right? Hey, sweet tattoo. Well, you know what? I got tons of water at my place too. It was terrible.
Your basement's not finished, though.
It's not finished.
Yeah,
because
see,
it floods constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this, yeah, that's not good.
Now, this basement was finished before we moved here.
Yeah.
So, and it was waterproofed, but I guess you got to do that,
It's not hurricane proof.
a couple times. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Oof.
Maybe you should just open it up and have a waterfall in here. Go with the theme.
No. Hopefully that's not going to happen
Water.
again. But yeah. So
Yeah. Well, you know what? We did some magic on that podcast. That was a magical
good
one.
podcast.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
And
when are we going to hear that one? Yeah, because something glitched on the damn card.
We're having a technical issue.
There are people that specialize in recovering stuff.
Well,
off
we
of
need that.
SDs. Maybe, look that up and see.
Somebody write to us.
Because it
on our
was.
website.
We were just kind of flowing. And that was another one where it was just you and me, but we were just in the groove,
We
man.
were in a good groove, and we touched an emotional side of the Madman that many people won't ever see.
That's right. So maybe if that doesn't...
Maybe it's good that we keep that.
Maybe it is good that card glitched.
Yeah, a lot of people would be
I don't want people knowing I actually have a heart.
Yeah, there was feelings in there, I think.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there was a little feelings.
I'm a guy. I don't have feelings.
Yeah, your little black thumper was in overdrive, Just saying. It was out there. There was the real Madman. I saw him. Trust me.
How do you know what I have up in my nightstand drawer? What the heck, dude? Were you playing with my toys again?
No, not your toys. No. Oh, man. That's another good nickname. Little Black Thumper. It's a good one. No? All right.
That can be taken, especially these days, that can be taken wrong.
Yeah, but still good.
Just too easily.
Yeah, but still a good nicknames are fun.
Little Black Thumper.
Yeah, we can't say that now. Yeah, slop sink. That's like, some buddies you want to hang out with that weekend.
Oh, my God.
Who are you hanging out with? Slop sink.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, slop sink's coming over. Yeah. Well, it's a good time. Yeah. Good stuff. You know.
Okay.
Speaking
Maybe
of,
we should move on to something else before we say something that's really not good.
all right. Well, you know what I just saw? I was reading today. They're taking down the statue of Robert E. Lee.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I saw that.
Can you believe that?
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't want to get
ridiculous.
on people's topic, you know, and take a side, but I mean that's part of history. And whether you think, you know, good, bad, whatever.
You know what? That's why you leave it up, because you get to you show the kids, hey, look, you know, this guy, he was a good general. I mean, that's why his statue is up there. He was just on the wrong side, and you know, well, what was he a general of? Well, son, he was a general for the Confederate Army. Well, what were they?
What's that?
Well, they were, and then you tell them about everything, and
except
you know,
today you say, he was general of something that didn't exist. Don't worry about it.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's
and then in another 20 years, when it comes around again, because those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
And they're going to have only themselves to blame. And that's all I'm saying about that.
Yeah. Me too. It just.
But then they want to take down the statue of like Lincoln and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, he's the one that.
Yeah. Well, they don't want it. And now he symbolizes a statue that you can't have up.
Right. So even though he was a hero to the people that are trying to tear down the other ones, I mean, I don't.
What kind of statues can we keep anymore?
I don't know.
Pretty soon, what do you think? Liberty? Statue
Just
of Liberty?
the Washington Monument, which, you know, and actually they're trying to cancel him too.
Yeah.
But you know, at least that monument, only thing it looks like is a big, enormous.
Slap sink.
I was thinking Black Thumper, but in this case, a white thumper, I suppose. Right. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, nicknames is fun, you know.
But I don't understand that. I really don't. But I'm old, and it's not going to matter to me because I'll be gone soon.
But here's the thing. Okay. So I'm reading that, and I'm thinking of all this. Okay, earthquake here, flood here, all this stuff. Now, you just said you're getting old, whatever. So what's on Madman's bucket list? What have you not done yet that Madman wants to do?
What have I not done that I want
before this
to
world
do?
just implodes?
I would still like to actually see my ancestral home of Scotland. Yeah.
Haven't been there?
I know.
Never?
No.
Oh, my
I've
goodness.
been out of the country. I mean, except for Jersey.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, Canada. I guess that. But that's just
that's like
North
Jersey.
America. Yeah.
Yeah. Never been out.
Well, at least it used to be. Now you actually need a passport just to do that too.
Yeah, and now, unless you're carrying a disease, you can't get in.
Right, you can come right on in. Yeah. Yeah. Let's not get. Yeah.
All right, we'll stay away from that.
Yeah.
Never left the country ever?
No, honestly, except for Canada. When I was a kid, Dad used to like to go up there fishing every year with the boat. So
nice.
Yeah.
Know what I did in high school?
Other than that, no.
When we graduated high school, a bunch of us went to Canada and rented a houseboat for a week.
A houseboat?
And just went lake to lake to lake.
A houseboat that actually isn't just permanently tethered. It actually.
No. It was
cool.
Had a slide on the back. It was pretty awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, Canada was. I didn't mind Canada then.
You know what? I like boats. I like being on the water. Yeah. I do.
I don't. We talked about last time.
Deep sea fishing. I get sick when I don't see the horizon. I have to be honest with you. And now as I get older, it's probably worse.
Yeah.
But put me on a lake or anywhere where at least I can see what's going on, and I actually like the motion of the waves and everything like that. We were out
soothing, right?
Yeah,
soothing.
we were out in Western PA last weekend for our son's birthday.
Nice.
We went to visit him, and we went to a lake out there, did a little fishing off the shore.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and it's like, where are these pontoon boats coming from? Oh, well, you can rent them. I'm like, oh, man, it was already like 2:00 in the afternoon, and you have to have them back by 4. So it's like, well, wish I'd known that earlier, because that would have been awesome.
Yeah, you could have retook Omaha Beach.
But then I actually started thinking a pontoon boat you can put on the river down here.
Down here? I wouldn't put anything on this river. It'll eat it away. Who knows what's in this river?
I almost started thinking about getting a boat, and I'm like, no.
Boat would be fun.
They're
would
fun,
be fun.
But dude, there's a lot of maintenance, a lot of upkeep in them. But I wouldn't mind something just because you could easily put it on the river, take it out, and then store it somewhere when you're not.
I've gone deep sea fishing multiple times.
I've once,
bluefish,
just once.
Right,
so had a great time. Once I stopped being sick,
I was
wore
sick,
off
for sure. No, I was still sick.
It finally wore off, and I got okay with it. But because I grew up going out Dad's boat, but we always went to like lakes and stuff. And the water wasn't always necessarily
nothing like,
calm.
Jaws.
But I was not. I'm like, yeah, let's go. This is going to be fun. Oh, I was not prepared for that. And then the fact of not seeing any land or any type of references for you to focus on, so you know what's going on.
I thought I would like the up and down,
I did too.
Nope. It kept going through my mind, sitting on that chair, landing something huge, and all of a sudden the bolts come out of the chair and you fly into the ocean. And like, that's the end of you.
Right.
So that was the end of deep sea fishing. Plus I watch Jaws all the time.
Yeah, I know. You don't like sharks, do you?
No, we've been over that. Not a Jaws fan. You see these people that watch that Jaws film and they sit in the raft and in the ocean. And they sit in a raft and they watch it on screen out in the dock there.
Oh, no.
You've never seen that?
No.
Yeah, idiots.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
Idiots,
No,
right.
there's no buffer there. Oh, no. I'm over that. So that's it? Just going to Scotland?
Yeah, that's the one that I can think of offhand that I know of. But yeah, there's probably a lot of stuff I haven't done that I wouldn't mind doing.
Yeah. Ever go cross country here? See the States? I
actually... Yes. I had a cousin that got married back in 2010. It was just when Petey and I were dating. And my aunt, who's gone now, you remember her, you met her.
I met her.
Petey and I, we drove because at that point my aunt could not comfortably fly because she was older and with her health. So we drove from here out to... Now, I've driven out to Colorado before, but... as a kid, as a passenger, in the back seat, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah.
But this time I was the one driving, and I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. We had a great time, the three of us.
Took
it was
your time,
so
right?
much fun.
Take your time.
Yeah.
I would like that.
The wedding was a Saturday. We left the Sunday before.
And took your sweet time.
We got out there on Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
And we stopped a few places.
Yeah.
On the way. Hey, that's where we saw the SAC Museum.
Yeah.
Okay. Strategic Air Command. Strategic Air Command.
You say that museum to me, and I think you're getting
SAC.
a new tattoo.
No.
You're getting a new nickname. I want to go to the SAC.
The Strategic Air Command Museum out in
that's awesome, though.
Out in Nebraska.
Yeah.
It was really well. First, you walk in the door, and the first thing to greet you is an SR-71 Blackbird hanging from the big atrium ceiling and kind of pointed down at you.
Yeah.
Not that it's an attack because it was an unarmed ship. It was surveillance only, but still it's pretty damn impressive when you see it like pointing down at you.
Yeah.
Then you walk in the next room and there is an A-10 sitting there pointed right at you. Now that is intimidating.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah, no, it's it was a lot of fun.
I think I want to go out and drive Route 66 once. Just to say I did it.
You know what we do too? Maybe that's something that a bunch of us do where we rent a freaking thing, motorhome type thing.
Or how about
a bunch
this?
of us just go.
Convertible, couple bottles in the back seat.
Wow.
Maybe we stop.
Yeah, what are we going to do? Leave the women behind? I was talking about all of us.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay. That's going to be a big convertible.
That's a big convertible. Yeah,
you know take a minivan and just saw the top off of it, I guess.
I mean, truly just take our time, go right there, because that goes way out, right?
Well, that's the thing. You just drive along and you see this thing and go, hey, you want to?
Let's check this out.
Let's go. We got time. Let's go.
Maybe
check
we
it out.
drive along and see what's left of the wall down there.
Okay. There's another subject I really think we should stay away from because I just have too many opinions.
All right. Well, I have a confession. Remember I promised you I would watch this movie, Harry Potter.
Oh, we talked about that last week.
We did, but I actually went back and watched it again.
Okay.
Third time.
Did you make it through this time?
I made it through this time.
Okay. And it made a little more sense.
It made a little more sense, and it was geared towards a younger crowd.
Right.
But then I was like, okay, let's see what happens in the second one.
The further you go in the movies, the more it's geared to bringing the rest of the family
I'm not
into
hooked yet. However, I'm giving it another go. The old college try.
See, second one is Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one, it'll start really hooking in more adults in. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And we talked about your Nobody. That's on my list, too.
Oh, dude, that's a great movie.
I think we should assign a movie we all want to see for us here.
Yeah.
And we'll do a homework project. Everyone go watch it, and then we'll talk about how much it sucked. But it's got to be something that you hate. Maybe Tom Cruise. Maybe some movie with Tom Cruise that you haven't seen.
I've seen a lot of them. He's a good actor. I just don't like him.
No, I don't like him either.
I don't like him.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
A Few Good Men, he was great in A Few Good Men, but then again, there were so many other great people in that cast that he could have had anybody playing his role, let's face it.
What's that one? He was a race car driver. That was awesome.
That's
Days of Thunder?
That's the one I didn't see. Days
of Thunder?
But I never did see it.
Yeah, that one's good.
Is it?
That. Robert Duvall, that's why.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Legacy Coffee as we both take a sip.
Yeah, I was going to say,
stuff.
it's almost like we timed that. I'm looking
man.
at it and we're both taking a sip like, oh, wait, who's going to talk? Damn it.
Yeah, man. Pumpkin spice. Very hot. It's coming up.
Hey, I heard a thing today on one of the local radio stations, morning shows, driving into work this morning. And they were saying that older people, now I'm middle-aged, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Middle-aged.
I'm only
maybe
22.
A little plus. You're 22.
All right, 22 and a half. All right, go ahead.
Whatever.
Older
Anyway.
people. So people like you.
Right, people like my age and even above are starting to prefer, now, younger people, it's been this way for a while now, but people my age and above, and that's where you get into actual senior citizens when I say above, because technically I could join
far above.
Technically, I could join AARP if I wanted to this year, but I'm like, I'm not ready for that. No, I'm good.
No shame in that. There's no shame in AARP.
No,
absolutely
not.
No,
but it's not something you're like, oh yeah, now I can just.
It's another club you get into.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I still can't go out.
Forward to it.
I still can't go out and eat dinner at 4:00 in the afternoon just to save a couple of bucks. I'm not there yet.
I could do that.
I'm not there yet. First of all, I'm not hungry at 4:00 yet because I had lunch at around 1.
I'm hungry all the time.
But there is that.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were saying that people, even my age and above, are more and more saying they would rather text than talk on the phone anymore.
I'm one of them. I hate talking on the phone.
Oh, no.
I hate it.
No.
And nobody likes my texting, but I hate it.
Nope.
I can't. I don't want to be on the phone.
No.
What? You know what? You like phone?
Yep.
Why?
Well, first of all, my sense of humor.
Well, I like that. It doesn't
It
translate.
does not translate well to the written word, and I have offended people
who cares
greatly, and people that I didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
So that's because it's like I'll just throw in one of my little quips, and they're like, "What's that supposed to mean?" I'm like, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to call. I text them. I'm going to call you now and explain.
Texting so much faster.
No,
so much faster.
Not for me.
No, well,
no.
You got sausage fingers.
No, actually, that's just it.
No,
look at these.
You like sausage?
I actually have, for a guy, I have small hands. Your glove is probably large, extra large.
Big, extra large.
Yeah,
glove. Yeah.
My glove is small/medium.
Well, I mean, that's
okay.
And size
and. That's just
size of the glove doesn't matter.
That's the way it's just always been, Wait, I'm not complaining. Hey, look, when I'm standing there in the public men's and I got my willy in my hand and I'm
makes
going,
it look bigger, right? With your small hands,
it makes it look bigger.
You should put both hands on
it. Let's face it. It's there are some advantages to having smaller hands, but other than that, still those little keyboards.
Yeah. Well, that's the 2 fingers. That's your thumbs.
Yeah, I know.
You're doing the thumb method. That's
now back
you're
when
doing 2 thumb, multiple. They don't do those sideways keyboards.
Several years ago, there was a device called a BlackBerry.
Yeah, I hated those.
Well, they were the first. I liked them and the early Nokia flip phones that you opened up for an actual virtual, not a keyboard. Virtual, but an actual keyboard, small hard keyboard. Yeah. That I could do because the tactile response, I could tell when my thumb was centered over the key I wanted to press.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's so many times I'm pressing and I'm not quite over it.
You can't spell. That's a big part of it.
That's just, I'm a very good speller. That's just it. That's what annoys me, because then I have to go back and correct everything because I won't send. If I see it, I won't send it.
Do you ever hit the microphone button and just talk into it? And just bam, then you just speak it out like you're on the phone.
Does it actually work?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I'll have to try it
a little bit. Try it.
Yeah. So no, I don't like that. Plus the fact because I type slower on that, especially if I'm in a group.
Yeah.
And you've experienced this.
I have.
You've texted me.
And then 3 hours later.
No, not 3 hours later. I start to reply.
Hours.
Meanwhile, you've sent 2 more.
Right.
So now I'm getting behind.
Yeah.
And then I finally yell in big honking letters, stop. And you will not hear from me the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten so frustrated that I can't even keep up.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. I see it.
I
used to, my
I
former jobs.
Autocorrect?
Yeah. Well, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Look, how many times have you seen me or we've gotten into heated texting and stuff like that? Do you really think at the end I told you to duck off?
No,
really?
But I do know that
okay.
It sometimes helps you and protects you, like when you're searching for black Crocs instead of anything else.
No, see, I don't wear Crocs. I think they're
right.
stupid and uncomfortable.
I don't know why you're looking for that. Then you're autocorrect to get something else. So there's that.
Wow.
But, yeah, just regular Crocs then, right? So
no, not me. I would rather just look. Alexander Graham Bell again, Scottish guy. Hello, thank you very much.
Yeah.
He did not go through all that trouble to invent the telephone.
Who invented typewriter?
And basically to just go back to Morse freaking code.
Petey, if you were here, I would ask who invented the typewriter because I forget.
I used to know because
me too.
One of my first jobs out of high school back in 1980 something.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I worked for a shop that repaired typewriters and business machines.
Yeah, they're not around
downtown. No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
so, I used to know that stuff.
I would be on the phone all day at work with hundreds of people, because I had lots of people working for me. So all day long, phone. When you get out of work, you don't want to be on the phone. So if your friends are calling you and you're not going to answer that.
No, I've never had it quite like that, but I've had a lot of different things where I'm always on the phone at work and things like. But then after work, like afterwards at work, I don't mind talking to somebody I want to talk to.
Yeah, no,
like a lot of times, best time I find to communicate with you is when I'm on my commute home.
Yeah,
got my headset on, and I call you up and say, "Hey, what are we going to talk about this week?" Or how did that last one go? How did it sound? Because I record it.
Well, those are good talks,
I hand over the SD card to you, which I might not do anymore after you screwed this last one.
Well, listen, that's protecting your feelings. People don't know about that. So,
but and then you're the one that goes and puts it together. Listens to it, checks it out, and then we give it to another mutual friend of ours who publishes
engineers
out for us. No, just I'm the engineer, but he's the one that actually does the publishing. He does the editing.
Yeah. Well, I'll pre-edit and I'll send over
when I'll call you. Hey, Michael, what do we got? How's it sound? And that's when I'll talk to you.
Yeah. And those are good talks.
Yeah.
Those are good talks. I like those. When it says Madman on my phone, I know this is going to be.
Then you and Kitty and you guys will start.
I got to bleep that.
You'll put out something on the texty.
You meant Rebel.
And then Rebel. Yep. Sorry, wow, I used a real name.
Don't worry,
you used mine.
I did. I bleeped them all.
Yeah, okay.
I bleeped them all.
You could bleep that then.
Yeah.
But in Rebel, and you'll text something, and then they'll be like, boom, 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 boom. I'm laying there because I get up early for work, so a lot of times I'm in bed by 7:30. I'm not necessarily asleep, but I'm in bed and then my phone's blowing up, and I'm like, oh my God, will you guys freaking call each other and stop?
Sometimes we do that. I text them on the side, and I'm like, let's eliminate Madman because he's got to get up for work.
And then the next morning, I will gladly. Well, I'll just reach out. I can't always mute it because if I'm on call, I need the phone to ring.
Yeah.
But
that's our bad.
The next morning,
that's our bad.
As I'm sitting there, I'll read through it, and it's like a little book, and I'll read through like the storyline between everyone, and I enjoy it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I would have said this, but it's like,
Well, there's no time stamp on. You can always reply, even if it's days later. It's fine.
But would you know what I was talking? If it was days later, would you know what I'm referencing?
Like, oh yeah, Madman just got it. There it is.
He's a little small.
Yeah, but I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I'm total opposite. I would much rather I can talk to 15, 20 people all in 2 seconds.
And you're not.
I'm
young,
tiny younger,
but you're younger than me, and I would kind of expect that.
But
but people my age and above are going. They'd rather do that. I'm like, look, You guys can't even see the freaking keyboard anymore.
I remember the days of sitting on the basement stairs with the rotary 5.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then sitting on the phone for hours and hours and hours and not being able to move because the cord only went so far.
Oh, no. And then in 1980.
Careful, now you're dating us.
80 or even 81. When did I start dating? My first real long-term girlfriend. I think that was
long distance.
83, 82, 83.
Yeah, and then you try to
So
call.
It was 82.
Busy, and then you can never get through.
In 1982,
all right,
we got our first cordless phone.
They were then 82.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not cellular. Well, actually,
I
technically, cellular was coming
just
out.
Regular cordless.
Yeah, but no, just cordless around the house.
That was a big deal back then.
That was a big deal.
That was a huge bet. Yeah.
And
I remember.
Then that was it because all of a sudden, and I never realized up until then, it's like I pace when I talk on the phone. I just walk around.
I do that.
And the house I had, the floor plan, there was the living room on one side. Then there was a hallway and both opened up to the vestibule from the inside.
Yeah.
And the dining room on the other side. And then that also came backwards to the vestibule through what we call the TV room.
So you looped it.
Yeah, I just walk.
Oh, we all did that, yeah. Yeah, I've been there. But then you wouldn't, and that was before call waiting. So you would call, and if you got the busy signal, and you'd have to wait and wait. These people don't know what that was like.
No.
Especially if you're just starting to date somebody, and you just have that love interest.
Yep.
And you're like, whoa, who's on their stupid parents are on the phone all day long. I got to get through to her.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this is something the young kids won't know either is you had to get permission to talk to them. Hey, can I talk to your daughter?
Right, yeah, sure.
Well, no, she's busy right now.
In my case with that one, I didn't.
Smoke signals?
Because my family and her family had known each other for years already.
Same family? Oh.
So, well, damn near just about.
Yeah.
But that was, Yes. So it's like they had no problem with me calling.
No, that's good. Not me.
Other ones, yeah. I mean,
if they didn't know you, it was, who's calling?
Right.
What do you want?
Right.
Well, I'd
exactly.
Like to talk to your daughter.
Yeah.
Can she come out and play? Slap sync home.
Oh my God, dude, that's so wrong.
Just saying.
Wow, it's slap sync home, dude. That's
this is the troubles of the younger generation that people don't remember. Some of our listeners are going to remember.
Are you young enough to remember when you just dialed 7 numbers?
Yeah.
In this area?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I thought when they added area code, I thought they were crazy. I'm like, oh, what dumb.
Yeah, you only needed the area code if you were dialing out of your area code.
Right, when they had dial 1.
Right.
1 and their area code.
Right.
Right, when I called Chicago, 1. When you called those places that were like, hi, do you have MasterCard?
Yeah.
Are you home alone? Then you needed a calling card and a credit card. Right? But it's different.
I never actually did that, but I know of people that did, yes.
I know people that have done that. Racked up huge.
Oh, my God.
And then their parents would come and get the phone bill and be like, why is this $400?
Right.
Who are you talking to? Some of our listeners will know that.
But I remember
before dial tone. Before area code.
No, before dial tone. That's before my time.
Yeah,
I didn't have to say, hey,
that was smoke.
Hey, operator, give me. No, it's
Benson 534.
Although I've been in a couple of houses where the phones still had the
crank.
No, like the BL2.
I don't know what that is.
BL2. I'm just gonna say BL2 4545.
What that is?
Well, that was the old Blackburn or something, whatever. That BL would be for Blackburn. That was this certain section of the town, and then your number was 24545.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, but in this it was 25. So it was like 252.
Yeah.
Blackburn 2, Blackburn 3, Blackburn 8. You never saw one of those and wondered why? Yeah, that was before, because originally people just had like a 4-digit phone number.
I didn't know
And
that.
then they got
that's before my time.
and then they got past. We ran out of phone numbers. Now we have to put something else in, and they do it by sections of the town.
I wonder why they did 7. 7 is just a good number to remember. Everyone can remember 7.
By 7, you weren't going to readily run out.
Yeah, but I mean,
of numbers at that time with the population.
Right.
And if you started to, that's when they introduced area codes.
Legacy Coffee. Well, that was Legacy Coffee burp.
Yes, it was.
Hiccup. But remember, if
that's why I don't do the flavored coffees too much, because that's what it does to me.
Well, you know.
But I love pumpkin spice. What can I say?
Tis the season.
It is the season.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Actually, it's a little at least in September, but I usually wait till towards the end of September. But
mornings are getting a little chilly. Right? Pumpkin spice
and
in the morning.
Darker. The sun doesn't come up quite yet. But no, that's why but you never saw any of those.
No.
Oh, wow.
Not that I remember. I just remember saying, because my number used to be 252, and then it was 4564. So I always remember 252
456
Right. See, now you know.
My original phone number growing up was 252-0300.
But I
was easy to remember. It almost sounded like a business one. I don't know how we ended up getting that one, but that's what we had from 1973 until 1994 or something like that.
When girls would tell me their phone number, then I would remember the 3 and then accent the 4th one. So it'd be, your number 258-6354. That's how I remembered.
That was a little phonetic way of a lot of people do those.
And then when they put those area codes in, then it was just easier. You knew who was calling from where. You know what I mean? Whoa, attack dog, easy killer.
No, more like a dog having a dream. She's sleeping and she's like
out.
making her noises. She's chasing a bunny in her dream or something. Woof.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, at least we can still chase bunnies in our dreams. Can't watch Bugs Bunny. Can't watch.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. What's up, Doc? I remember that.
I've been known to chase a little tail in my dreams too.
Oh boy.
I didn't tell you what type of tail. Could it be a bunny tail? It could be
cottontail.
Cottontail. Yeah.
Could be that.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cocktail?
Yeah.
No, not so much. No, thank you.
All right. Just wondering.
Jeez. Dude, I'm usually the one that starts to go blue, and you're reining me in. What the heck's wrong with this picture?
I'm just wondering.
Holy crap.
I was just asking what kind of tail you like.
Damn.
You know, everyone enjoys a cocktail after work. You just like it in your dreams.
Stop it. Jeez.
I'm going to have to test the mind of Petey. I'm going to have to verify a couple things the next time she's here.
She's going to set you straight.
I'm going to have a lot of questions for Petey.
Going to set you straight with a kick right to your PSNORKIS.
Well, every once in a while you need that to reset you a little bit. It's healthy. It's a healthy kick to the PSNORKIS. So guess what we got tonight?
What's that?
Football.
That's right. Tonight,
Welcome back, football
officially starts tonight. The first actual game.
Yeah. Who are you rooting for?
Who's playing? I don't pay attention too much to the weeknight ones because I never get to see them.
Well, this is Super Bowl champ Bucks.
Bucks and Dallas. Oh, I'm going Bucks because I'm an Eagles fan. I don't hate Dallas.
Yeah, nobody likes Dallas.
Well, you know what? I don't mind Dallas as much as I hated the damn Patriots.
Oh yeah, I hated them. But did
you hate Tom
Brady?
Hate
Did
Dallas.
you hate Tom Brady?
Not anymore. I actually like him.
But did you hate the Patriots or Tom Brady?
I hated the Patriots, and I hated Tom Brady because he played for the Patriots. Now he's off the Patriots. He's actually a pretty cool guy, and he's still obviously a really good athlete because,
He's my age. Maybe he's younger. Yeah, he's younger.
Is he? I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I know
I'm 23, so he's older than me. Yeah, but he still got it, man. Still winning.
Yeah.
That's it. So that means this weekend, who the Eagles playing, do you know?
I haven't even looked at it yet. This is my on-call weekend, so again, I can't get too wrapped up to a game because I might not even see it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, it just starts the long football season. I get excited for the Bears to be 4-12.
We used to get together with a friend of mine who's sadly gone now, and we used to go up to his place every Sunday for football.
Yeah.
And he was basically, remember back in school you had the AV department?
Yeah.
Well, this was kind of like the 21st century AV department on steroids. He was in charge of all the telecommunications equipment and systems and teleconferencing for Lehigh Valley Hospital.
Oh, sweet.
He was the one that was in charge of that entire thing.
Nice.
And So with the stuff that he learned about hooking multiple things up, this, that, and there were, I'm going to give me a quick second because it's been a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were like 8 TVs.
Yeah.
And he had it in such a way that you could get at least 6 different games. 2 TVs were slaved. He couldn't do anything about that. So no matter where you sat in the room,
something different.
You saw a game.
Yeah.
And depending on which game you wanted, you just turned towards the screen you wanted.
That was before DirecTV.
And that was with.
Oh well, then that's
he subscribed to that and got a bunch of other modules so he could.
Just pick.
Yeah. Well, he had the money to do that, so that wasn't a problem.
We used to do that at our restaurant.
And that was fun. Don't get me wrong. But it's just the group of people that we had there every week, the core group of people. It was almost like this. We had a core group of people, and then we had people that would stop by
just to hang.
Besides,
We did that.
It was just so much fun.
Yeah,
much. Really, really look forward to it. And ever since he passed, football has not been as much fun for me. So I kind of want to start something like that here. I mean, down here I only have I have 2 TVs, but and it'll be the same one. But
those are cool TV.
Behind the bar, there's one, and on this side, there's one. So either way, you're going to see the game.
As long as there's no Eagles on it, it'll be a good time.
That I am not going to guarantee you.
Well, before DirecTV and all those multi-channels and all the games you could watch, then it was whoever was playing that week. That's the group that came. Whoever was that fan.
Right.
We always cooked a huge dinner on Sunday. Yeah, it was cool. All my friends would come. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that was the other thing. We all take turns cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd bring whoever was turn for cooking, it was their turn to bring some, to bring the food. That way, it was kind of all nice and even. And whoever wasn't making the main dinner would bring some sort of snack or some sort of dessert or something. And we just feasted and we just had a great time. It was just so much fun.
You think Rebel took turns thawing? Yeah, you think her and her friends do a little thaw party? And, I'm thawing this
week. It's encore, and next week, let's do something different. Let's go with Stouffer.
Rebel, if you're listening, it was. I gotta bleep that.
Whoa!
It was Madman's idea. See, I let the secret identity of Madman out.
A couple beeps,
Yeah, man. Yeah, beeping myself. Jeez.
I hear you do that.
Yeah.
Well.
I used to. I haven't dated anybody in like 5 years, man. Like 4 years.
I know it's been a couple years.
It's been a while.
You need to get back on that horse.
You think so?
Yeah.
What if there's no saddle on that horse? Then what? I gotta. Yeah. I see. Don't make me bleep a lot of things. I know.
Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? Because you know
change the color.
Yes. Trying to hold it in. It's like,
Yeah, man, it's been a while. Yeah,
you need to find. I'm not going to say we need to find you someone because
don't do that.
Never works out.
No, that never works.
But you need to find someone.
Yeah,
you need to find.
Yeah. I'll go out and look. Let's see what happens. Who's going to put up with me? Nobody.
Yeah, you're not that bad.
Not that bad.
You have your own ways, but so do I. And look, I found someone.
That's true.
Mind you, it took me until I was 50 to finally get married.
See,
but
so there's hope. That's what you're saying. Yeah. There's hope. All right.
And at that point, we'd been together for 7 years. So
yeah. How do you know if the one got away? How do you know that?
The one that got away. That's always
everybody
has a one that got away. But here's the thing. Here, and it's like at the time, you thought that was the one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But then when you do find the one, and you realize that everything you've gone through, everyone you've been with leading up to now shapes you to the person that you are now.
Gotcha.
For when you meet the one.
Right.
Had I met Petey 20 years ago,
she wouldn't have been the one.
Probably wouldn't have been the one.
See? Yeah.
She probably wouldn't have liked me.
Yeah. But there were times where I was so certain that was the one.
Of course.
Yeah. And now I'm like, thank God that wasn't the one.
Right.
Yeah.
I was certain enough that I actually was engaged twice. One was a very short one. The other one was one that was a serious one.
Did she have short hair?
And that's coming up on 20 years this year that I met her, because I met her the weekend after the 9/11.
How long did you date her?
2011 to 20. Dated her for 3 years.
And at the time, you thought that was the one, right?
Yeah. I did. Yep.
When's the longest you dated someone before PD?
I think 6 years.
Yeah, I did 7. That's a big investment.
And the thing is, that's nice because it already shows that you're not someone that's just going from one to the next to the next. You're trying to invest some time in and see where it goes.
Yeah. But then the breakups are, they know your whole family. They know.
Hey, that's the rough part of, that sucks. And, a lot of times when I've broken up with ones like that, it's like I miss their family more than I miss them. And
1,000%.
And I used to still get Christmas cards. Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, can't you guys give it another? I'm like, ask her.
Yeah.
Find out if she wants to. Say, no, she said no. I said, no, there you go then.
There you go.
Okay, well, we'll talk to you next Christmas. Okay, see you then. Take care. If you need anything, give me a call.
But once you knew this was the one, that was it. Hands down. This is the one.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No looking back.
Nope.
Can't do that. Yeah.
No. You know what? There's we talked about him a few weeks ago in one of our shows, Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
He does a song called Unanswered Prayers.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the lyrics of that, he talks about spending his days praying that God would, make this one the one.
Yeah.
And God's like, yep, no.
Yeah, no. I can relate to that, man.
And then all of a sudden, here is the one. So he thanks God for the unanswered prayers.
Yeah, good song.
Yeah,
hey.
it's a fantastic song.
I've
probably never heard it, have you?
No, I haven't. But I've actually been like,
great.
I've been like, okay, God, I'm choosing. This is the one I choose. This is it. Like, I'm choosing this.
Right. And he's like, you're choosing wrong.
Yeah. How about I choose this?
And let's face it, you have a better hotline than I do.
Well, I don't.
You went to school for all of that.
Well, not for dating.
Not for dating, but for getting closer to God and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You have a leg up on that.
Yeah, well, we're going to
You're like a professional prayer guy. Yeah. I just like wing it.
Everyone's a professional prayer guy.
Yeah.
You don't have to be me. It's you don't need a degree. Just open your mouth.
That's it.
That's it.
And I agree with
God,
that.
here I am. We're going to get into that. We're going to dive deep into the mind of Dr. Mike.
I'd like to do that sometime.
We're going to do an episode of that. Hopefully Pastor Eric's here too.
That would be a good one.
I think that would be good. And
I had a lot of fun with him.
We'll do that, and then as a twist, we'll add in Priestess. We'll see what kind of, because her and I have never really discussed that.
That could be an interesting one.
That's going to be interesting.
To get Rebel and Eric on.
Yeah,
together.
I think so too.
Remember, we were talking about to Eric, and because you asked him, "What do you think about people that go online and stuff like that?"
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know that I can do that.
Right.
Yeah, I can marry people.
But
I wasn't doing it for
right. I know that.
Rebel. Yeah. Even though
I told him, well, our one friend Rebel, she married, and then I told him why. It's like I had 2, and I'm down to only one of those 2 left.
Right.
Who couldn't travel well and basically homebound, and I managed to get them to the house where they could be comfortable and stuff like that, and then had all my other friends there. And he said, you know what, I never thought about it like that.
Right.
I said, sometimes, like I said, my wife is actually Catholic. She wants the church wedding because her ex had it annulled, so she can have another church wedding. Technically, the first one never happened.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And that's a Catholic
ever think about
thing,
that?
I don't know all the what.
Wait, let's pretend Petey's not going to listen to this. You ever think about surprising her? Be like, hey, let's take a trip, and then just show up at the church.
Oh, there's no surprise. We're going to do it one day. We just have to. She has to pick one out here because she's still used. She hasn't chosen a new church out in this area because she's from the other side of the state.
Right.
But I told her, I would love to do that. Actually, I always saw myself walking down the aisle, with my kilt on and with my wife next to me. Yeah, I always saw that even as a kid.
You know what I just got an image of?
It's just it couldn't happen at the time that it had to happen. So
when you walking down the aisle with your kilt on, I got the image of Marilyn Monroe standing on the exhaust going up. She's holding her skirt down.
Yeah, I'm thinking that even the air conditioning at a church isn't really that powerful.
No, I don't want.
Although I have been known to stand over an air conditioning vent in the summertime in the kilt because you're just going.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I remember doing a handstand in a kilt. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember.
A good time was had by all.
No, not me so much. I had to look away.
Yeah.
And this year, when the Celtic Fest rolls around, you're not going to be
I'm not
here.
gonna be here. I know.
Ah, crap.
I'm really upset about it. Actually,
I know.
This would have been a good reunion.
Yeah, because we haven't had that, and it was the whole crew that was here at the it's here at
the
this
exact
table.
crew. Yeah. That would have been awesome.
And kids and family and everything, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time.
It was fun. It was super. That was before my boy was even
born. Yeah. No, you hadn't even had him yet.
Yeah. See, it's been that long. Yeah, it's time.
Yep.
This would have been a good one. Oh man! And now the end of the world.
I think 2014, 13 or 14. That they told me when I was talking about it with Pete the other day.
That long?
Yeah,
it had to be at least.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yep.
That's time. I'm gonna miss out.
Because at that point, the job you were working over there, it's like you had no time off.
Yeah, none. Yeah. That's why
you couldn't take any time off.
Tired of working. I worked myself. I missed life.
Yeah,
you
were. And the thing is, you got to be able to balance it. But in a job like that, there's no way to do it.
Yeah.
What I have, I can actually do that pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate in the job I have and where I work, who I work for.
Flexibility.
There's flexibility there. Do I make what I normally would be making doing what I do for a different company? No.
Right.
But like last week, basement flooded a bit.
Right. Take some
Thursday morning, called him up and said, I'm basement flooded. And he's been here for my Christmas party, so he knows. I said, dude, the carpet, I need to just, he goes, yep, don't worry about it. He says, we're doing okay today. Don't, just go ahead and do what you got to do.
I had one time at work, I was there, and while I was at work, a pipe burst in my ceiling, and it ran I was at work for like 13 hours. Oh. And so I came home, and I put the key in the door. I don't think I ever heard about that. Not too long ago, a couple of years, 3-4 years. And I put the key in the door, and I heard water running. And I'm like, whoa, I wonder if I left. Like, what is that? And I opened the door, and my entire living room was completely flooded out. The ceiling collapsed, and it took out my TV, my everything, and then it poured water for 13 hours straight into my basement. So when I got into the basement, that was
a swimming pool, basically
completely gone.
Yeah.
And I called my boss, and thank God he was understanding. And I'm like, I don't even know what to say, but I'm not going to be at work for a while. That took weeks and weeks for. That's when
you have to get somebody professional.
I had professional. They had to come and dry.
You cannot do that yourself. The drywall,
all the carpets had to come out. Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, what a disaster!
Yeah, at least only part of the carpeting got one section. So we just, like I said, used the shop vac. Just kept until the shop vac wasn't pulling anything else up.
Yeah.
Then we set up fans. We sprayed it down with some antibacterial, some BioGuard type of stuff.
Yeah,
and everything seems to be fine.
Yeah, no, you got lucky.
Yeah, we were able to save it.
Because then, like maybe a year or two later, same thing happened, but in the house on the other side of me.
Well, at least it wasn't you again.
But water all came from that side into my house. Yeah, that was terrible.
Are you half a double?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been over to your place.
Yeah, we own the other side.
Okay.
So we came in, and then that one broke. So then that side completely wiped.
Is that the other? That's the other side that you're talking about? Maybe doing a secondary studio and maybe some video studio work that we could. Okay. I thought it was just another building next to you. No, it's the other. I didn't realize it. Again, I've never been to your place.
Yeah. Well, you gotta come over.
Yeah.
You never been to my place?
No.
What's wrong with you? Hey, Eric never been to my. He'd been to my place.
Well,
he didn't even know where I live. I wouldn't tell him.
I know roughly.
Yeah,
I know roughly where you live, but not exactly. I know parking around there is going to be a bit of a bugger for that, but
I'm gonna move into a castle. So.
Castle. Yeah, but it's not going to be here.
You know what? When I was in high school, when we were senior year, they were doing these trips, and I was like, "Okay, we're graduating high school. Let's go do something."
Where'd you go to high school?
Around here.
Okay.
Up at I'll have to bleep it out, but I went to.
Oh, you did too. You the same place I did. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know you went there.
Yeah.
What year?
84.
Oh, I was okay. I was a little after you.
Yeah,
1 decade, actually, exactly 1 decade later.
94.
Yeah.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah. So but I'm still 22. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So at that time they were doing trip to Ireland and Scotland. You could stay here. Get this deal, right? Flight over to Ireland, stay in a castle for 7 nights, right? Yeah, right.
I love that.
Flight, food, staying there all week. It was $600 and some, and I was like, guys,
600.
we've got to do this.
Yeah,
And not one of my friends wanted to go. And
did you go anyway? At least
no, I wanted to. No, I'm not gonna go alone. I'm not. The Irish, you can't. I mean, you're Irish.
No, I'm Scottish.
Yeah, well, you're a little Irish.
Yeah, a little Irish. Yeah.
So, what a trip that would have been, huh? That's the way to do it. $600 and some.
Well, they used to always do a trip to England to Great Britain
In school.
like every year or every other year. Yeah. And my aunt, who taught English and British literature,
Did she take you? Oh, you didn't take you. You've never been.
No, I've never been, but she used to always go. She'd be one of the chaperones.
Well,
She was head of the English department over there anyway. So she taught. She retired in 1988, and at that point she had taught for 41 years.
What's her name? Do I know her?
Same last name as me.
Yeah.
First name Jean.
I'll bleep it. Jean.
Miss. Same last name as me.
I don't know if I remember.
Well, if 94, no, you wouldn't be. You wouldn't have been because I just said she'd graduate. She'd graduate.
I'm thinking of somebody else. She lived like 2 doors up from me.
That would be Pat.
Yes. Yeah.
And I won't do the last name, but that would be Pat. Oh, I remember I knew a lot of my teachers before I got to school.
Well, you used to hang out with them like Michael Jackson.
Well, in a weird way, sort of, because I used to hang with my aunt. We'd do theater and stuff like that, and a lot of them did. So I knew a lot of my teachers before school, and she was one of them.
She was cool.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first day. I'm like, and she was one of the very few people, because I grew up Mr. and Mrs. or aunt and uncle, this, that, the other thing.
Right.
Okay. I had more aunts and uncles than most most Italian people, thought they weren't actually related. But if they were close friends of mom and dad, you called them auntie and uncle.
Right. Same with me.
Right. Okay.
Right.
But she was one of the few people that I was instructed by her and by my aunt and everyone. Yeah, go ahead. Call her Pat.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool woman.
And we used to have a party with my aunt at my aunt's house to trim the tree. And I've taken it now. It's just my Christmas party. I had the tree already trimmed by that time, so nobody had. But we used to. I'd put the lights on, and then people would come for dinner, party, stuff like that. And throughout the night, everyone would put
people don't do that anymore.
On.
They don't know what that's like.
But one time she put one on the tree, and the hook failed, and it went like a pinball, ding 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 ding, and then hit one of the supports, and the bottom went. Psh. I'm like, Jean, Pat just broke it, and all of a sudden, poof! Before I knew it, she had sideswiped my legs out from underneath me and put me right down. And I'm looking up at the ceiling, going, balls. That's Well, cool that was, I was probably in 8th grade, maybe 9th grade then. But then comes my sophomore year. No, I had her my senior year. I know, and it's like it turned out that she was going to be one of my teachers. So I go in there, and I sit. I take this unassuming middle of the classroom. I got to try and blend in here, man. I can't let people know I know this one. And she's going down the list, I mean, she goes by last name, blah, blah, blah. Then she's like, mine. And I'm like, here? She goes, no, here. Points right at the chair, right in front of her damn desk. I'm like, it's going to be a long year. Yeah. But I knew actually it wasn't, because when everyone else is doing their work and I'm doing mine, she and I are like,
yeah, she's definitely cool. Yeah, I always have those 1 or 2 teachers that stick out. Yeah. Good stuff. That made me want to be a teacher for maybe an hour.
I wanted to be a music teacher because of the music teacher at the time at the high school, because I just admired him. It was before What's Her Name Now.
Okay.
It was
I don't know.
The one right before him.
Yeah.
Her.
I
think she's a her. I actually never met her. No. No. But she has done a wonderful job with the band.
Yeah. What do you want to play?
No, I do. I play drums.
No, that's what you want to do in high school?
No, I
Play
wanted
drums?
to become. Yeah,
Oh, teacher. Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, I've played drums. I took my first lesson back in 1978. Yeah, 1978.
So you played. Okay, I didn't know that.
And then I started. By the time I got into, I started. My instructor said, "You might want to, you ready to join the band." And I'm like, and that was for 8th grade. And I'm like, "No, I've only been playing a year. I'm not ready yet for that." I was very shy and very, very nervous.
Yeah.
But my junior year, I finally joined the band and started having fun. And then when I got to high school, because at that point, our high school was just 10, 11, 12. We had
same with
you
me.
remember, we had the junior high.
Right.
Now, high school is 9 through 12. Like a lot, and I guess a lot of places do it that way.
They changed it again?
Well,
when I went there, it was 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, no, they changed that since
was
then.
somewhere else.
Right, it was at over in the township.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now that's not like that.
No, yeah. But then I got to the high school and I was in band. Now, back then, you could do one or the other. Now, you have to do both. Back then, it was one or the other. So I'm going to say I was in band. I was in marching band. I was in my sophomore year, they first started a percussion ensemble. Okay. I was a charter member of that. That was a lot of fun. I was in jazz band. I was in orchestra.
Jeez. And
by the time I got into my 11th year,
theater,
I was good enough. No, I was actually in theater back in junior high school.
Before that,
when I first started. But remember, I didn't perform. I was simply backstage and technical.
Well,
I was afraid to get on stage. I didn't realize that I actually had any talent other than that.
I remember. Right.
And then by the time I was in 11th grade, the choir was having me play drums for when they were doing one of their ensembles with their...
Did you take any math and take any other classes?
I don't remember. All I remember is everything revolved around music. I'm like, and the music teacher we had then, he just was good. I just connected with him and I'm like, I want to be a music teacher. That's what I wanted to be until about a year and a half after high school. And then I just found other interests.
Gotcha. Yeah. A little bit of the Madman I didn't know.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, good stuff.
And up until then, I was what they used to term back in the day as hyperactive.
Okay.
So nobody really wanted to be friends with me.
Yeah.
He's the weirdo. He's just right.
Eating paste and stuff.
No, crayons. Crayons. Yeah, I didn't like paste tastes good. Don't get me wrong, but it's a consistency thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Right.
All
yeah.
right.
So some people like the taste of avocados, but they don't like that consistency.
God, I love that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But so paste anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, it wasn't until I got into the band the first time I joined it, and all of a sudden here are a couple people that used to be almost like, I'm not going to say really enemies, but like people that I didn't want to be around because I knew that they were going to basically be mean to me.
Pick on you, yeah.
They see me come in, they see me sit there and play with them, and all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, this guy ain't that bad.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm finally making actual friends.
Yeah. Ever been to?
So high school was a wonderful time for me because all of a sudden now I have friends.
I hated high school. Did you ever go to band camp?
Well, but our band camp wasn't to send you away, but our band camp was
stay at the high
8
school?
in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
Till 11 in the morning. 2 weeks before school, starting in August. 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning maybe, to 11 in the morning.
That's crazy.
Then back from 6 to 9 in the evening.
That's nuts.
No, what was nuts was at that point the bakery was still down there.
I remember.
Yeah. And was still a functional bakery.
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the morning, and he's got that smell, and all you can think about is, I'm hungry. I want to eat. I don't want to practice. I want to eat. Get me a nice big sandwich or something. Yeah.
I've been like that my whole life.
Yeah.
Just give me something
to eat. So now you know more about me, even though we've known each other for
Long
quite a
time.
few years. But
I didn't know that side.
We
And
never talked about that stuff before.
if I fix last week's the debacle on that
God,
SD card,
stop.
we'll
You know
all know
what?
a little bit more
even
about
if you
the
don't,
Madman.
let's face it, somewhere along the line, that
We'll
particular
bring that up
that
again.
particular thing's just gonna come up.
That was
anyway
touching, man.
because
That was a side of Madman that
most people don't realize
yeah,
that
there's a heart in
I'm
there.
very emotional.
Yeah, there's something in there, and we struck it. That was a good conversation, man.
It actually was. I agree with that.
I'm gonna be super pissed if we'll duplicate it somehow. We'll get it
somewhere along the, like I said, somewhere along the line that is going to come up again. That particular because I'm
going to keep talking about it too. I'm gonna keep.
But it means you don't even have to. It's just going to come up somewhere along the line.
You're right.
For as you look around here for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I agree.
Some guest we're going to have here is going to look and say, "Hey, about that," and it'll.
But I don't know if we're going to hit the level that we hit.
If we're just the two of us, maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't know. Now you, me, and Petey, yes,
I think so.
I still would.
Yeah,
and even with the other two.
Yeah, but that was a magical moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I do. I agree
there.
with you.
That was a magical moment. Everybody listening, you guys, I'm gonna fix it so we can all experience the magic.
Magic. See, it really does. It kind of like all relates to magic, doesn't it?
Well, not Harry Potter kind, but
and yet maybe.
But maybe. All right,
dude.
Good stuff, man.
An hour.
Man, one of these days we're gonna pick a topic and we'll stick to the topic and we'll talk about it.
The thing is, the topic's easier when we have some people that talk about a specific topic.
For sure. Yeah. We'll get to that. We have good topics lined up, man. Good stuff.
Right now we're just letting people learn about us and get to know us, and then when we start talking about the topics, they'll know why we choose the topics that we do.
They're good ones.
They are
for sure.
Oh, we're gonna a lot of different things.
A lot of exciting stuff coming.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
I mean, like there are people who say, "You ever going to talk about like paranormal?" Oh yes, yes, we are, because we have all had experiences and stuff like that. We're talking about UFO. Yes, we're going to talk about that too.
All the hot buttons.
All the fun
all
stuff.
That stuff. Yeah.
We're going to talk about politics. I'm going to try really hard not to. So sorry if that's what you're here for. This ain't your cup of tea, sunshine.
I like sunshine. Yeah, man. Shout out to Legacy Coffee and Pendulum Society. Pendulum and legacybrewing.shop.
Dude, we got it. Oh, I got to tell you my idea for a T-shirt that we're going to start selling on that.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I designed our first T-shirt last weekend when we were out west because of something that happened and said, and yeah.
I'm excited.
I think you'll like it.
Let me know.
It's a good idea. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hope it wasn't too boring, just the two of us.
That's good stuff.
I think the next show should be
live
one where we have everybody.
Your face. Yeah, it'll be a full.
That's the thing. The more people you have, the harder it is to get the entire group together.
Yeah.
Because everyone has their own lives, and now that the fall sports season is starting up, kids are in sports and things like that. But we'll see what happens.
Well, once we're together, special thing.
It's going to be special. Thanks for tuning in. It's the PSNORKIS podcast. We'll see you again next time. Have a great day and be nice to each other. Don't make me come out there.